Good morning. What's going on, guys? It's Johnny with Learn to Earn. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your morning. Today is December 8th, and we are live. Welcome. Markets are selling off in the overnight hours compared to yesterday. In the pre-market session, they were pushing up. Today, they are pushing down. So, excited to see what happens with that. Hope you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. All right. Let's see what trades we can make today. All right, let's see. QQQ during pre-market is at 622. It's down about 0.25%, nothing too crazy, which means SQQQ is up almost a full 1%. We'll see if the markets begin to sell off even further, as it did so yesterday. Tried to recover, got above that green moving average, but it looks like it's struggling to hold above it for the first time in a while since 11/21 when it started that bullish sentiment. Now Bitcoin itself also struggling to stay above that green line right there. We'll see if this continues to sell off. I do have my alert set for if it breaks 89,000 or if it goes above 90,600. Yesterday and Friday, very nice plays from $12 to 13 for MSTZ. That is a 2 times inverse ETF to short Bitcoin. Open selling off, bull selling off, LU and R selling off. They were right above that moving average earlier today. Sound also selling off this morning. This consolidated all day yesterday, and we watched it as it did so. Nothing really happened with that company. Cinex selling off, so looks like we're seeing some selling pressure here. Intel pushing up slightly, so we'll see if what happens there, if anything does happen. Sound is hitting my alert. Ooh, sold past my alert. That is one reason why I don't like to hold positions overnight, right? We held this choppiness all day yesterday. I sold right up here at the top to break even, and now it looks like it's continuing to sell off. This could potentially come all the way back down to 1240, could even come back down to those $11 marks. So it was not able to break out of this consolidation period. It did for a moment in time from 1265 to 13, and then got rejected off of that $13 price point several times throughout last week and yesterday. So nothing really to see there. LUNR struggling to make new highs. Looks like it's trying to. On the 1 hour time frame. Doesn't mean it has to though. Market is open. Market is officially open. QQQ selling off. So it's going to bring the rest of the market down with it. As you can see, big red candle. Like everything is in sell-off mode, dip buy opportunities for some. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing now. Bitcoin is showing signs of weakness with lower highs. Looks like it's got a descending pattern, but at the same time, looks like it's showing some support. So we're going to see what happens with this one, right? Where we can see new lows. We're going to try to do another position in MSTZ. I believe Bitcoin can sell off more. Doesn't mean it has to. Bitcoin pushing up, so we're going to be patient. A lot of volatility this week. FOMC rate decision is tomorrow. MSTR. Let's see what happens. MSTR is pushing up. QQQ trying to push up. It looks like we're going to get some more bearish sentiment here. Looks like sound will be selling off as well today. Everything looks like it'll have a sell-off pattern today. Descending patterns on most everything. We may actually try shorting Bitcoin. See what happens if it makes a new low. This is kind of what I'm seeing right here. All this volatility. I'd love to see it drop below just a little bit more from this line, another leg down, which could actually bring MSTZ up 13, 14, $15. I'm excited to see what happens with that. Bitcoin picking up here. I believe it'll get rejected. Bitcoin's pushing, but MSTR is lagging behind slightly, which is what I like. There we go. Let's get that retest. Trying to buy that high from Bitcoin because it'll be at MSTZ low. Being patient here. Go. I'm going to buy a couple shares of MSTZ. MSTR is testing its moving average. Gets rejected, we can get a nice gap down. There's also gap up potential, so I want you guys to be aware of that. Either way, this can go either way. Let's see what happens if we get a break above or below. You guys see this descending pattern here of lower highs. Trying to hold support a little bit here on support. QQQ trying to push up, but again, it could still get rejected off of these levels here. MSTR does not seem like it's going to be making any new highs. Buy another 20 shares. Overbought reversal here. Overbought reversal coming in. See what happens here. Looks like it is going to come down. And remember, MSTZ is a 2x inverse ETF. So when MSTR sells off 1%, MSTZ goes up 2%. Previous highs were right around $13 per share. Really love to see if Bitcoin can sell below 89,000. That'd be nice. As you can see, the highs and the lows. Buying here in the highs, potentially selling down in the lows. We'll see if that does happen. MSTZ is beginning to sell off. Man, I woke up about 7 o'clock this morning, and I knew the market was going to open about 30 minutes. I woke up at about actually 6:30 my time, about an hour before the market opened, and I was like, I'm just going to lay here for a minute, relax, not do much, and got a little bit extra sleep. I went to bed at about close to 12:30, 1 o'clock last night. So it's nice to catch up on a little bit of sleep. Got my coffee. Trade your plan, not your emotions. Let's see here. See if Bitcoin pushes a little higher. Get a better average price on MSTZ. Nasdaq market is also being slightly rejected off of this moving average right here. So if we continue for this to sell off, sentiment as a whole can turn bearish for everything. Overall stocks, overall market, Bitcoin itself, MSTZ. So that is what we're hoping for. Looks like we have another leg down. We have a major economic event tomorrow, the FOMC meeting. The Feds will decide if we get a rate cut or not. A lot of people are just kind of waiting and hanging out until we see what happens tomorrow. See if we can get another leg down on Bitcoin, which would mean another leg down on MSTR. Be nice to see a 2% drop. That means MSTZ could push up a nice 4 to 5%, 5-6%. That would be very nice. Bitcoin looks like it is going to sell off. Adding another 10. So we should have an average price of what, 1269? It's not bad, 1269. All right, Bitcoin selling off. MSTR going down. MSTZ pushing up. Now Bitcoin does have a chance to push below 89,000. So I want you to be aware of that. Let's see what happens. There we go, Bitcoin trying to push up. Here we go. Looks like it's going to sell off even further. Everything seems to be selling off today. There we go. Bitcoin is going to go down a little further. Job reports in 15 minutes. So we got job reports, 15 minutes. We'll see what happens here. Take a look, QQQ. trying to push back up, but getting rejected off of that moving average. The 200 moving average. Everything is pretty much in the red today. Oh, Chipotle trying to push up. Intel selling off. Hood pushing up this morning from 133 to 136. Nvidia selling off. AMD selling off. Amazon. MU selling off. Apple pushing from 277 to 280. It's nice to see. Tesla pushing from 435 to 443. Fantastic to see for Tesla. Meta also selling off. Looks like QQQ is struggling to make any highs above that moving average. Bitcoin still around 90,000. Love to see Bitcoin come down a little bit more. Nasdaq market is beginning to sell off here. Nice descending pattern here. In that pre-market session. Pushed up. Yesterday after hours. And then it's getting rejected. Getting rejected again. Getting rejected again. And now potentially can make lower lows and lower highs. And I believe on the 30-minute as well, it's having trouble. Like I said at the beginning of this, that when it's above this green line, it's bullish and it goes up. And when it's below this moving average, it goes down. So we could see a little bit more selling pressure today. And it could also recover. So it's a nice little indication to see. Bitcoin still holding here at 90. See if we get another leg down from here. Love to see this captured in the live stream. A little drop on BTC below 89,000. That'd be wonderful to see. Little flash crash action. See if we get it here. It is holding well above 90,000. Have to respect it. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. Looks like it's going to get rejected again off of that 45 EMA. Very nice. MSTZ. Buy a few more down here. Whoops, not limit. Market. There we go. Buying at that nice low. Should put my average at 1268. About exactly $1,000. 8 minutes left until the JOLTS job openings. Not a bad average. 1269 is right here. A nice break above. See if we can get Bitcoin to fall a little bit more. MSTR trying to push higher. MSTZ coming down. All right, MSTR is selling off along with Bitcoin again. I mean, MSTZ should be pushing up. Excited to see what happens here. Oh, here we go. Nice little move from Bitcoin. QQQ still getting rejected, struggling. A lot of consolidation around this level. Job report in about 6 minutes. Here we go, Bitcoin pushing, just hit 90,300 and getting rejected again. Looks like MSTZ is still in the same position here. MSTR beginning to sell off. All right, Bitcoin with another leg down off of that 45 EMA. Let's get a nice couple of red candles down. That'd be very nice. Tesla trying to push up back to that moving average. MSTR lagging a little bit. See what happens here. Nice little descending pattern. Love to see another leg down. Looks like that'd be right on the moving average. A bit of a slow live stream here, guys. I do apologize. Sometimes this is the reality of it. We're just waiting. We have a position and just waiting for it to play out with our trade plan. Sometimes it plays out in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Sometimes it takes the whole day. Sometimes it can even take a few days or a week to actually play out. So hopefully that's not the case with this one. Jolt's job opening in 1 minute. One minute for that Jolt's job opening. QQQ. Really no change in direction as of yet. Just a lot of consolidation over the last 20 minutes. I think they're waiting for that job report. Bitcoin beginning to push up slightly. There we go. Nice big green candle. It is pushing down. Okay, it is time for the job openings report. We're just waiting for them to release the numbers. See what happens here. Still waiting for job report to come out. It says it's out now, but I don't see any numbers. Here we go. Bitcoin getting rejected again off of that moving average. There we go. Ooh, nice push up. Job reports are out. Says there's more job openings. So 2 job reports are being released, one for October and one for September. Boom. MSTR pushing up to test this moving average again. Big green candle for Bitcoin. See if it can hold. NASDAQ market is not reacting in the same way as Bitcoin is. QQQ trying to form a reversal here. Looks like it is. Bitcoin pushed all the way back up to 91,000. That is unfortunate. MSTZ selling off. Down about 3%. Love to see that if this was just an overreaction. So Jolts just came out saying that there's 7.658 million job openings, and estimated it was only at 7,200. So nice overbought reversal forming for BTC. I'd love to buy more down in this area. That would have been nice. Here we go. Looks like it's going to recover. Looks like it's going to get rejected. So this is basically failed. Got my levels here. Here we go, coming back down. Nice push back down. It's not necessarily good news to have more job openings. There's more jobs, but I wouldn't say that's a good thing. MSTZ. MSTR pushing down as well. Down about $16, not too bad. QQQ struggling again. It's going to get rejected and make another leg down. I believe it's possible. Looks like it is beginning to get rejected here. Looks like Bitcoin is coming back down. Nice overreaction for Bitcoin. MSTR also getting rejected off of that moving average. Again, did so yesterday as well. But doesn't mean it has to stay on that rejection. Bitcoin trying to push again as well. Looks like we have strong resistance around this level. So we could see some more rejection here. We break 1230s, 1235, then obviously I'll cut, but still technically bullish. So I'd love to see a nice little breakup pattern here. Oh, let's see here. Potentially short this. Should be like right around here. So this is just a very small movement for the overall position. I'd love to see this sell off. Right? If it breaks this and begins to push up, it'd be different. But I'd love to see this gap back down. Doesn't mean it has to. Because if Bitcoin comes down to 80s, MSTR could also push down even to 155, 181 to 155, 14%. 14% would technically be what, 28%? Around 28 to 35%, which could be very possible. And Bitcoin coming all the way back down to where it was before this push, creating a bull trap for many, thinking it's bullish, buying, 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 and then for it to give it all back. It's very unfortunate. See a nice break below 90. MSTR back below that moving average again, which means MSTZ, we're right back where we started, only down $3. That's why it's good to be patient, to be confident and disciplined with your trade plan. And we were down 30, almost $40 at one point. Now 3-4%. Now we're back to break even. So it's all about understanding your trade plan and being patient. QQQ trying to recover here. I don't think interest rates are going to fix our job market at all. We'll see here. We shall see. All right, QQQ making another leg down. Oh, here we go. Pushing up slightly. Take a look at Bitcoin. Looks like it is pushing slightly. MSTZ. MSTR trying to push back up again with Bitcoin. QQQ pushing up. Here we go. Let's see. Are we going to get another leg up? Another leg down? Very interesting leg. Interesting. Looks like it is creating another leg down. Market is selling off. Well, QQQ is selling off. Or Bitcoin. Here we go. We'll see if we get another leg down. Looks like it's very possible. Looks like it's holding, trying to bounce off of that 621 level. It's above that moving average on the 30-minute. On the 5-minute, it's struggling. Where was it? That moving average, right? It's below that moving average. Interesting, when you see the nights, it's correlated within the night. It's below it, but when you look at it without the night setting, it's actually above it. So that's very interesting. Probably have to start using this more actually, and not look at the overnight session. Looks like Bitcoin is, or QQQ is getting rejected again off of that 200 MA for another leg down. Bitcoin selling off. MSTR back below that moving average. See what happens here. See what happens here. Alright, well, that is where I'll be ending the live stream. It looks like we ran a little longer than usual. We're at 50 minutes. So, I appreciate you guys' time. I will keep you all up to date in the Discord with my position on MSTZ. Now remember, it's okay to be light. If you guys want to be light today and not trade, leading up to the FOMC meeting tomorrow, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. No point in over trading or getting yourself in a bad trade. So I'm going to keep track of my position as the day goes on. We'll see if this doesn't get rejected again, or maybe just consolidate leading up in tomorrow. And yeah, hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will see you all later for another daily vlog video. And then overall we'll be going live tomorrow again. So yeah, excited to do it, excited to be here with you all. Appreciate you guys' time, and like always, remember, let's end the year on a green note. Thanks guys, have a great day.